Hello and welcome to the third and final installment of Change. Today we're going over being authentic, okay? Being an authentic person. I'm your host, Salio.
I'm your host, Gary Lombardi.
I'm your host, Doris Vidal.
And today I'm actually going to start this one off because I got a lot to say on this.
Oh,
So being
well,
authentic, right? Now, granted, you could be a fake person, you could be a real person. You know, if you want to fake your social media life, that's one thing. That's being a fake individual. You want to be as real as possible, you can consider that, but I'm not even going to talk about that. Today I want to talk about is knowing where your truths are and where your what's the other word I'm looking for?
lies, where your falsehood is, where your lies
Yeah,
are.
where your lies lie, where your truths are, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. I want to hit this from a business perspective now, right? First and foremost. Okay. Me, I'm very hard headed. People say it's because I'm Calabrese and from southern Italy. We're very thick skulled, and that I understand. But this is one problem that I face every single day. Okay, as a business owner, I do everything. Why? Because I just feel like no one else can do it better than me. I don't know. Or is it because I just want to get it done and I feel like no one else can do it faster than me? Maybe, right? In business, to grow, to expand. The business owner himself is not the smartest guy there, I promise you. Half of these very successful business owners you see do not have college degrees. Why? Because they know later down the line when business starts to make money, they're going to hire somebody to cover up that weakness that they have. Okay? Do you have a hard time managing your time? Hire a secretary. But for you to get to that point as a successful human being, you have to first understand that you have to know where you're not good. Okay? If I'm not good at my time management, okay, I'm gonna admit it to myself and I'm gonna get help. Okay? If you go your whole life and you tell yourself, I'm good at everything. I never need nobody. I'm good at everything. One, you're never gonna meet anyone because no one's gonna like you. Two, you're never gonna get it any further than you could physically get by yourself. Okay? And three, you're never gonna be able to learn anything. So I wanted to start off with that because I knew I was gonna forget it if I didn't say it and I kept listening. And I knew Gary probably would have touched on it first, but I wanted to beat you there, Gary. So
No
I'm gonna hand
problem.
it over to Gary. Gary, what do you think about what I just said? Do you agree or you disagree?
What part of what you just said? What's the
That
specific question?
the acceptance of pretty much knowing that I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, so I think that's very important, and you did touch on it. And a good example. I don't know. Maybe we should use it for the last segment, but and I think I will. But you did touch on it that uh, we all some people do have it all. I have to say, some do. They can work every aspect of their business, and then just need people to be extensions because it's physically impossible, emotionally and mentally, to do the work. Okay, but they know how to do all the jobs. Some others uh, look for know their weaknesses, know their shortcomings, and look for someone that can fill that gap and bring that to the table. But there first has to be a plan of action. So usually, the person that brought this about has the vision, has the plan, okay, and knows their weaknesses, okay, and knows what their shortcomings are, and that they need someone to fill that slot to allow this vision to materialize. So, that's my view on it, without getting into the answer part of this whole series. But it's very important, and I think there's a lot of people they just. Um, I'm tempted to go there. We'll go there next
Yeah, the
segment.
next episode
Yeah,
is going to be all the answers to
yeah,
to
yeah.
these specific
So
questions. So let's hand it over to Doris. Let's see what Doris has to say.
Well, I think you guys touch up a lot into what defines strengths, right? There is different traits or skills that we can consider positive in a person, in ourselves. It includes things like our knowledge or our talent, the things that we can do well. And knowing what our strengths are is very important because it will help us to achieve our goals easier, to succeed and accomplish things that we set up to do in life. Our strengths are very important because they contribute to us feeling happier. They are a part of our well being, and not knowing them actually decreases our happiness. So, there are many strengths that are really important for all of us to have, such as gratitude, hope, love, right? They are really important because they contribute to our overall life satisfaction. This is why it's very essential that we know it. Now, weaknesses are just the opposite, right? Our weaknesses are characteristics or traits or skills that are either damaging to us, like, for example, alcoholism, right? That's not good for us. But there are also maybe strengths that are not really well developed yet and that we need to work on to make them better, to improve them. Gratitude is one of them, right? We all know what gratitude is, and we don't practice it as often as we should. So, our weaknesses include our blind spots or skills that are still poorly developed on us, and they also include problematic personal behaviors. It is really important that we understand, like Sal said at the beginning, what are our strengths and weaknesses, because that gives us an opportunity to grow. It gives us an opportunity to learn, to improve, to do things faster and better. So, how do we learn what are our strengths and weaknesses? We have to have self awareness of who we are. Remember that in previous episodes we talked about creating these spaces, quiet spaces, where we actually reflect upon ourselves. And this is really important. And Gary will has talked a lot about this with us, and I'm pretty sure he will talk more about this in the next episode. But it is really important that we learn about, especially our weaknesses, so that we can improve on them.
I think the biggest thing, Doris, this is a very well off example. Okay, when you go to the grocery store and you're looking for something and you can't find it, all right, you're looking everywhere, you can't find the thing, and the guy who stocks the shelves comes by, he's like, "You need help with anything?" You know you can't find it, and you still, what do you tell the guy? No, I'm looking. I'm looking. No, I'm looking. Why? Just tell the guy what you want, and he'll get it for you because he's been doing it, right? You know, he knows exactly where you put it. But
you know what? And
it's a human thing.
But I do ask that question. Different than some guys, okay? I do ask. I'd rather not waste that time. As I'm walking down the aisle, I'll say, by the way, do you know where? And I'll keep moving and they'll direct me. And I've cut out all this time of stupidity, stubbornness that I'm waiting to look. And I have to do that. Or directions. I have no problem with, you know what? The guy I see, I pull over and I get there more efficiently. Why do I have to go around the block, miss it? What did I prove to myself?
Exactly.
So, yeah. But I understand what you're saying.
It's exactly
a lot of people do that.
You know, you need to identify what you need help with, and you need to seek help. Okay, if you don't, you're gonna keep hitting those same issues, those same roadblocks. Like Gary said, in the end, you're just wasting time. You're wasting valuable time.
And you know what? And wrapping this segment up, also, we are there's a lot of especially young people today that are in this funk because of everything that's going on in society, the world, pandemic, isolation, and confusion, and they're in this funk, and there's more content and books and videos on this. As I get online, I was looking on different business platforms and stuff, and even on those platforms, they're talking about and having these webinars on attitude and positive attitude and a way of thinking, knowing that this underlies everything, and that it's hard to find good people to work because the society has become a little dysfunctional and needs that awareness and that training and a place to go to learn. So
Yes.
these are really topics that
Yeah.
touch a lot of people, and the big part is to now own up to, do you need this or not, and or you just sort of awareness is very important, or you just live in your funk and not do anything.
Exactly. So, without further ado, we want to just thank you guys all for watching the video. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, leave a comment down below, give us a rate. If you haven't already, join the Discord down below. If you have any questions, you want to ask anything anonymously, lidailyroast@gmail.com. I'm your host, Sally Oda.
I'm your host, Gary Lombardi.
I'm your host, Doris Vidal Dorsch. Thank you for listening.
Thank
See you guys in the next one.
Okay.